what's the point of the Democratic Party? Could you tell me what the point is? It's certainly not to fight extremist Republicans. It's certainly not to work on behalf of the people. It's basically to enrich consultants, keep money flowing to the banks, to the oil companies, to the pharmaceutical companies. And apparently the fact that there was a report that just came out from climate scientists saying that in about 12 years, the damage from climate change will be irreversible. You're going to have massive drought, massive storms, and massive temperature rise. Apparently, that's not something worth fighting over. Ugh, makes me sick. Here we go. Democrats dampen down hope for climate change agenda. Yeah, just, no big deal. 12 years, the world's going to end. Or, the beginning of the end. Oh, God, I can't take it. I don't know what's worse, my indigestion, which I'm going to the doctor for Monday, or my indigestion that comes from the Democratic Party. It's terrible. I can't deal with this anymore, folks. I need a vacation. Okay, so Democrats are unlikely to pursue a major climate change legislation if they win the House majority, despite a growing body of evidence suggesting time is running out to address the issue. This represents a shift in strategy from when House Democrats last controlled the chamber. In 2009, they passed cap-and-trade legislation, which subsequently died in the Democratic-controlled Senate. The game plan for next year, House Democrats say, is more incremental steps and hearings. Oh, incremental steps and hearings. That's perfect. That's what we need. So let me get this straight. And Sam is in the live chat. So I'd love to know what you think, Sam. Sam does a lot of work for us down in Texas. And she fights the oil companies through journalism. You have a climate change report. Wait, well, let's start before the climate change report, okay? So Puerto Rico got hit by 2 fucking hurricanes in 2 weeks. You have hurricanes happening at accelerated rates. You just had the largest, the strongest hurricane to ever hit Florida's panhandle, decimated northern Florida. You have massive droughts going on in the Africa area. You have massive wildfires going on in California. You have the summers having record heats. You have fall in the East Coast being fairly hot for fall. You have pipelines exploding all over the place. I mean, for a political party, you could not have more ammunition to go after the Republican Party than look out the window and feel the temperature. Yet, and then, with all of that, you have a climate report that says in basically 12 years, I believe it was, the droughts are going to get way worse and be irreversible. You're going to see an acceleration of the storms, way worse, could take out whole cities. And you're going to have temperatures rising by at least a degree. And the Democratic Party, if they retake the House, let's do incremental steps. Let's take incremental steps. And the Democrats and Hillary lovers say, why are you so tough? Why are you so tough on the Democrats? You're helping to re-elect Trump. Well, who the fuck cares if Trump is re-elected or a Democratic president becomes president if the planet's going to burn either way? One is going to be quicker than the other, but the end result is the same. Rob, Illinois is $1.99. Ask Stephanie K, do federal taxes fund spending? I will. Thank you for the super chat contribution. It's unbelievable. Why are you running? Why are you in Congress? To basically sit there and say, oh yeah, so you have a Democratic Party that literally Chuck Schumer just agreed to push through all of Trump's judges. Not the Supreme Court, lower level judges. So we could have conservative judges all over America. That was Chuck Schumer. Just allowed that to go through without even fighting it. You got Obama. He extended the Bush tax cuts. And Obamacare was basically a Republican plan to begin with, as a concession to Republicans. And now you have Democrats saying that if they take the House, you know, we'll do some things, some incremental things, but, you know, don't expect anything major. With President Trump in the White House and Republicans favored to keep the Senate next year, climate legislation would face stiff headwinds, and pushing it could spark backlash from the right, both now and after the November 6 midterm elections. Considering those, quote, constraints, said Congressman Jerry Connolly of Virginia, Democrats should, quote, focus on the practical and the opportunists to make short-term progress while fighting for bolder measures, the aspirational goals over the long term. Quote, it's going to be, I think, more of an opportunistic strategy, where in various pieces of legislation across the board, we're going to insert measures that address climate change. Oh my God. Let me be clear, folks. Let me be clear. And excuse my French. We don't have time to pussyfoot around. Okay? Sorry. We don't have time for this bullshit. Okay, so Trump is toxic. Trump is the Antichrist. Trump is awful. So elect us so it will sound nicer as the planet burns. That's the Democratic Party's message. Elect us. It'll be a little nicer as you watch your planet burn. The planet is in peril, which is a bipartisan thing, believe it or not. There's a lot of Republicans who see it. But politically speaking, you're telling me, Jordan, I like your swagger. Real ones respect you. Why, thank you, Black Sheep News General. And you get some swag. You don't get the swagger, but you do get some swag with those GoFundMe contributions. So let me understand something. Okay, put aside the fact that forget politics. The planet is burning and about to die. The Democratic Party's politically, this is a winner. Look what Bernie Sanders just did. He's only one person. He's not all of Congress to fight Jeff Bezos, to fight Amazon. He got him to raise the minimum wage. And now he's going after them on working conditions. And I guarantee you, he's going to do the same thing he did against Jeff Bezos and Amazon on the minimum wage. He is going to hit them where it hurts. He's going to shame them for their working conditions. And 6 months from now, Amazon will dramatically upgrade its working conditions and regulations for workers. Record it. I said it here. Oh, my God, I can't take it anymore. I can't take it. So, is this, as some of these progressive media jerk-offs are saying, Jimmy Dore is toxic, or calling me a useful idiot? You're the useful idiots because you're supporting a Democratic Party that is openly telling you, we're not going to fight. We're not going to fight Trump on climate change. If we take the House, we're not going to fight him. We're going to do incremental things. Nancy Pelosi, who would be the next House Speaker, as California basically burns down, the forests burning. California has had drought problems. Yeah, we'll work on climate change. We'll do some minor things around the edges. Look what Bernie Sanders just did. You think look what he was able to do with basically tweets and social media against Jeff Bezos. You're telling me the Democratic Party, with all of the catastrophes going on due to climate change, can't shame Trump and the Republicans to do something dramatic on climate change? Oh my God. Pathetic. They are pathetic. You want to call me toxic because I'm taking on the Democratic Party and the fact that they won't do anything for climate change? And remember, do you remember during Standing Walk, do you remember the Democratic Party coming out strongly against the Dakota Access Pipeline? Hillary Clinton sure as hell didn't. Nancy Pelosi sure as hell didn't. Chuck Schumer sure as hell didn't. Donna Brazile literally sent an email the day Obama denied the permit saying Mini Wachoni. Well, the DNC didn't say anything before that. And keeping it real, neither did Elizabeth Warren. The first thing she said on Standing Rock, the day Obama denied the permit. Not when Native Americans were getting shot in the face by rubber bullets and tear gas and grenades. No, Elizabeth Warren was silent. So, I got to tell you something. I got to tell you something. I don't really get nervous. I don't really get that intimidated as a journalist. But I'm starting to get nervous because it's getting to a point where you certainly don't have corporate media covering the threat of climate change. You certainly don't have them leading their newscasts on this. If anything, you have them talking about it for 30 seconds once in a blue moon. It's up to us, folks. It's up to us, the people, and the journalists. So I want to get out there and expose as much as I can about this. Whether it's Keystone XL, which I would love to go there. I told you I'm in communication with the Cheyenne River Sioux tribe. Thank you, Yadira, for the $3.99. 45's candor equals thumbs up. We knew GOP equals piece of shit. 45 made it official. Yeah. Yep. But you eventually, me reporting on it and us in a chat, it's not going to mean anything because it's going to be irreversible. And that's a scary time. We could all work on it when there's still hope. But if you don't have a Democratic Party or an opposition party that's willing to fight to save your water, to save your wildlife, to save your planet, I mean, we're screwed. Folks, to wrap that up, we're in trouble. If the Democratic Party is not going to take climate change seriously, if the Democratic Party is going to be, the party of incrementalism and, sit here like a scarecrow and like, well, Trump's in office, so we can't really do anything. Jesus Christ. You think Martin Luther King said, hey, all the police are white and all the politicians are white, we can't really do anything, so we'll just do incremental things. I'm not comparing civil rights to climate change, but the bottom line is all of us are going to be extinct if the Democratic Party does not fight. And of course, part of why they're not going to do that, it would upset their, donors in the big oil community.